Almost forgot to unmute myself. It's podcast time, ladies and gentlemen of the Pokemon world. Another glorious day here in the community and another gracious day to have a podcast. I don't know about y'all, but I am so ready to get this day going. And we have another great guest in the hot seat. So who's up for some madness? So, my friend, are you ready for another gracious episode of pokeNERDS Inc?
Ooh, I don't think I've been more ready in my life.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Okay. I like the spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the fellow pokeNERDS of the world, welcome to the pokeNERDS Incorporated podcast, a Pokemon podcast just for us pokeNERDS. To sit down, relax, and get to know other fellow Pokemon content creators in the Pokemon community. I am your host, the one and only Dark Master Spence. And ladies and gentlemen, we have yet another banger guest in the hot seat. And if you do not know who this man is, he is another full-on shiny hunter here in the Pokemon community. I have had a lot of full-on shiny hunters this season. This may be the full-on season of pokeNERDS Inc. But aside from that, he's also a YouTuber whose videos explore the gracious lores of the Pokemon world. And on top of that, if you don't catch him talking about Pokemon, he's cracking a joke here and there. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show my friend, my fellow nerd, Zakeoverload.
Yo, that's me. Hello, everybody. I'm here. Man.
John Canada himself. I guess that's a joke in your community.
Yeah. So my name is John. A lot of people get shocked by that.
Look, I'm actually surprised. I've had probably like 5 Johns on the show already, so it doesn't surprise me.
There's a lot of us in Pokemon. One of the reasons it's not my username is it's very saturated.
Yes. So for the sake of simplicity, I'll just keep calling you Zake for the remainder of the show, if that's okay.
Absolutely. It's what I go by.
All right, so first and foremost, Zake, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come sit with me and let me pick the brain of yours on what makes you that Poké-nerd that you are. So, guys, I hope you guys are excited to learn more about Zake's history here on not only Twitch, but his entire Pokemon history in general. So, without further ado, why don't we get this interview started?
All right.
All right, so the first thing we do here in pokeNERDS Inc. is we give ourselves a basic intro between both creators. So basically, introduce yourself, explain the types of content you produce, and give us a little bit of a retrospective of your Twitch journey as to what got you into it, when did you start, and the road you've taken to thus far in terms of other content creation journey besides your Twitch and your YouTube and whatnot. So, Zake, you have the floor. Give us the input.
Ooh. Of course. So I'm Zakeoverload. I started doing content creation with YouTube back in 2013 with a 3DS pointed at a TV while I played Minecraft Hunger Games. And it kind of just kept going from there. In terms of Twitch, I haven't been doing it nearly as long, but it's been a good several years at this point. And once I started doing shiny hunting and getting more into the Pokemon community, because I grew up with it, I still have my original Pokemon cartridge, and it's just been a really cool ride getting to know the Pokemon community a lot more in depth and shiny hunting as much as possible.
So what made you decide to hit that, what made you decide to hey, I'm gonna jump from not just doing YouTube, but I'm gonna start doing Twitch as well. So what got you into doing the whole Twitch streaming scene? And also, why did you decide to go into being a full-on shiny hunter instead of just a, various methods shiny hunter. So give us a little bit of input on that.
I do various methods, but most of my YouTube content leans towards full odds. I find that the games that I grew up with were games like Minecraft, which was like a good chunk of my early content, and like Terraria and Pokemon. And so going through the cycles there I was seeing a lot more people in the space that I was in go to Twitch and make basically their videos from their Twitch streams. And I saw that, I was like, that's smart. It looks fun being able to bounce off of people in chat and getting like that more tight connection with a community. So just the chance to talk to the people that engage in the same thing I do was the pull. That's why I jumped over to Twitch as well.
Yeah, that's very understandable. I mean, I typically tend to go towards more so of the Masuda shinies because that's just what I've going to be familiar with over the last few years. So much so I pretty much call myself the Masuda King. So if you challenge me to a Masuda race, better watch out.
I will lose. I consistently go well over 1,000 into the 2000s. So
oh, yikes. No.
It's rough.
Yeah, I can understand that. Okay, so for those of you from Zake's community who aren't familiar with me, let me just give you a little swift intro to who I am. My name is Spence, aka Dark Master Spence. I am a stationed variety Pokemon streamer here on Twitch because I stream pretty much any type of Pokemon content. You'll catch me shiny hunting, doing Nuzlocks, randomizer Nuzlocks, playthroughs, Soul Links, Nuzlocke races. You pretty much name, even fan games, you name it Pokemon, I've done it. So basically what got me into creation was basically all my years of YouTube watching finally catching up with me and like finally going and say, hey, I want to become a content creator because I've seen these many creators do all sorts of awesome things like on-screen shiny hunting, Nuzlocks, randomizers. I'm like, I want to do this stuff, but I want to share my experience with the world. So I'm like, how do I start? Where do I go from, like, how do I get this in gear? So I actually reached out to YouTuber MJ TV to see if he would be willing to give me some advice on how to start up and whatnot. To my surprise, he actually responded. And he didn't give me much info, but I just took what he told me, and basically that was back in 2019. I didn't start my journey until about 2020 because that's when COVID happened, and I dumped pretty much all my stimulus money into my first startup PC, and yeah, if you could have seen that first setup, it was not. Yeah, it was not.
Oh, I feel you there.
Yeah.
I've taken pictures of every setup I've had along the way. Every time I like do a major change, I take a new picture. And looking back, I recommend everybody do this, by the way, because it is wild to go back through them.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I started streaming when the Isle of Armor DLC on Sword and Shield released, and even then, I still didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know how to properly integrate on social media and on Twitch. And I'm like, and plus, I jumped into Twitch as a complete unknown. No one knew me. I wasn't a viewer. I wasn't a chatter. I came into Twitch as a complete unknown, and I think that was one of my drawbacks in my early part of my journey. So, after a while, I finally got the groove of things, and I got affiliated, and I just started steamrolling from there. I've done dozens of Nuzlocke challenges, numerous shiny hunts, and played pretty much almost every fan game you can imagine there is in the Pokemon community. So all that led to here. So that's pretty much all I can say. Been a hell of a journey.
That's awesome. What do you think? Have you played Luminescent Platinum?
I have not played Luminescent Platinum yet. I heard
that's definitely one for the list.
I've heard great things about it. I just haven't played it yet. Eventually I will play it, but right now I want to get on the gears of potentially doing a randomizer and Sword.
Ooh,
I have to figure.
fun.
I have a community member who's done it in the past, so I need to contact him and figure out what I need to do in order to do it. So, yeah, so come to your screen soon. Maybe not this soon, but
Awesome.
sometime. Okay. So, tell me, where in God's green earth did the handle name Zakeoverload come from?
Well, if I could have changed it, I probably would. But it's a nickname I got at a summer camp. The first part, Zake, because there were, like everywhere, multiple Johns. And I was like 6, and they asked me, "Well, okay, we have a bunch of Johns. Do you want to be like John this letter or 3 or something or Johnny?" And I was like, just off the dome, I went, "Nah, just call me Zake." And that nickname stuck for years. So when it came time to put in a channel name, Zake was too short, and I had to. Nowadays it would have passed, and I'm so mad about that. It would have been okay, but back then there was like an 8-character requirement, and I was like, okay, I'll go to 12, get some good rhythm to it. And I was like, what works? And Zakeoverload. I play games. I fiddle with hardware. I break stuff. That's fine. That'll do. And since I've slowly drifted away from the overload part.
Slowly drifted away from the overload part. So if you could change your name now, what would you want it to be?
Just Zake.
Just
keep it as Zake. Yep.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, I did make the mistake when I was entering your name for my information record keeping. I accidentally put you as Zakeoverload, so I think people have accidentally mistook overload and overload.
I can't think of a There was one streamer who got my name right first try. I think everybody else hit the overlord. Shout out Sammy Snow, only person who got it right first try.
Well, I mean, I knew it was Overload, but I guess my fingers typed in Overlord because Overlord's my favorite anime, so I guess my brain went to Overlord instead of Overload. But again, that's my fingers being stupid.
Very fair. Oh, can I sidetrack for a quick?
Sure, go ahead.
You like Overlord? Do you like Mythenroid, the musicians? They do the opening for Overlord.
Which one?
I almost said Overload. Veracity is the name.
Veracity. Was that season? Jeez, I don't remember. Was that season 3 or season 2? No.
I'm not sure either.
No, season 1's Clemenetta. Season 2's Go Crygo. So I think Veracity has to be season 3 because season 4 is Hollow Hunger.
Yeah, you should definitely listen to it after though.
I'll give it a listen. Well, so where did I come up with Dark Master Spence? Well, we have to backtrack a little bit because this is actually my 3rd username overall on Twitch. So, my very first username was pokeNERDS. But my name got mispronounced so many times because I couldn't put a hyphen in my name, and I don't like using underscores. So I rebranded to simply the pokeNERDS. But after a while, I felt that name would run its course, and I felt like I was trying to identify myself as some sort of big brand deal when I'm just trying to be me out here. So I wanted my own individual identity. So Spence is my name. That is my legal first name. It's on my driver's license. It's on my birth certificate. It's on everything. My name is Spencer. But everyone just calls me Spence because it just rolls off the tongue. Rolls off the tongue easy with just the one syllable. So.
Oh yeah, it's a good name.
Yeah. So where Dark Master came from simply is this. We'll talk more about it in a little bit, but Dark is my favorite type. It's always been my favorite type of Pokemon. And Master comes simply this. What is the one goal of every Pokemon trainer? That's to be the best like no one ever was, i.e. a Pokemon Master. So that's why the Master went in there. That's why the Master went in there. So Dark Master Spence stuck. And this has been my name for roughly, let's see, I rebranded and had to, let's see, Almost a year ago. Almost a year ago, I rebranded to simply Dark Master Spence, and I feel like it's been a positive change for not only myself but for my community as well. Because the name of my community is called like the Alley Mates, because my nickname for my community is called the Back Alley, kind of like Spike
That's a good
Muth,
one.
kind of like Spike Muth.
I
So
like it. I like it.
so the Poké
Team Yell.
Network, yeah, that's my yeah. 'Cause that's also my stream.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's also my stream. That's also my stream team name. But yeah, the Poké Network and that the community name really didn't stick, so I had to change it to something. So that's where Dark Master Spence came to play.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
I think it's really cool that it just works out with the stream team as well. It's kind of
Yeah.
like perfect representation.
Yeah. Yeah. I found a good home. Found a good home for my stream team. But with the formalities out of the way, let's actually pick your brain on what makes you the PokeNerd that you are. So, first and foremost, what is your favorite Pokemon?
Oh boy, I got him right here. I got him. I got him posted up twice.
Yeah, so
I'm a big Swablu fan.
Why Swablu?
It's the most friend-shaped in my opinion, and that was about the entire decision-making process. I was a kid, I saw it, I looked at it, and I went, if I could have any Pokemon as a real-life friend, it would be Swablu. And I die by that now.
I see. We have a hydrate in chat, so grab something to drink.
Of course.
I'm on the fence with you about that because I find the most the most friendly friend Pokemon out there is actually Skitty. So it's still a Gen 3 baby. So I
feel
Skitty,
that that's a good choice.
Yeah, Skitty, Swablu, they're both really adorable creatures, but I'm a cat dad by heart, so I have to go. I usually would go with Skitty. But yeah, Swablu's not a bad choice. There's few people on the show whose favorite Pokemon is not either fully evolved or or as well, yeah, as a not fully evolved. So I have to go back and check, but you may be the first whose favorite Pokemon is a single stage, or is on
It's
is the
two-stage.
I mean, it is the first of a two-stage line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did get a Mega though. Let's go.
Yeah. Any more positive words about Swablu?
Too many. Too many. It would take up the whole time.
Well, dumb it down to a few sentences.
Imagine being hugged by a cloud. I think we're good there.
Hugged by a cloud. That's actually one thing I want to do if I ever go skydiving is dive right through a cloud, see what it feels like.
Oh, yeah. That's a fun bucket list thing.
Yep. Well, my favorite mon. So, the love of your favorite Pokemon can either go deep down in your heart or it can go skin deep. I did both. I got the whole line tattooed on my arm.
Ooh.
Obstagoon.
That is awesome.
Obstagoon, my number one Pokemon. Pretty much since its introduction.
No, that's a really good choice. I loved the addition of that in Sword and Shield.
Yeah. Like, when we got the announcement for Galarian forms, I was like, this ain't gonna be too interesting. So Galarian, Linoon, and Zigzagoon are introduced. I'm like, oh, cool. They go into normal dark. So yay, they're gonna be quite weak to fighting. But then all of a sudden, Linoon evolves into Obstagoon. I'm like, huh? Oh man. When I saw this thing, it jumped into my top 10 instantly based on looks alone and nothing else.
No, that's fair. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Stats who, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so when I finally got to use it in Sword and Shield, this thing is an abomination, bro, when you set it up right. Like you can set it when you set it up with a gut set with Flameborn Facade, it wrecks house everywhere.
It gets guts? I
Yes,
didn't
it,
even know that.
yeah, its second ability is guts. You have
All
to
right, that's going on my next Sword Shield team.
yeah, but you have to make sure I believe you have to make sure your obstacle your Zigzagoon has gluttony and then it gets guts. Let me double check that. But yeah, I'm also a huge rock and roll fan, so the fact that it's themed after Kiss is also really cool. Like Gene, I think I heard some of the Gene Simmons thought it really cool that it got picked. Let's see,
Yeah.
yep, you have to make sure your Galarian Zigzagoon has gluttony in order to get guts.
Okay. Noted.
But yeah, so after I used it, it jumped into my top 5. And then when I started streaming, it became my favorite because um when a lot of people think of creators, they think of a single Pokemon. Like, so for example, when you think of Shady Penguin, you think of, Delibird. When you think of MJ TV, you think of Sceptile. When you think of A Drive, you think of Mothim, or I don't know what else. I don't know what his other favorite Pokemon is, but anyway, so I wanted a Pokemon to identify myself with, but the problem was my favorite at the time was Darkrai. So I went with Obstagoon instead because Patters was using it as like a co-mascot, and I'm like, eh. So I didn't want to feel like I was copying anybody, so I went with Obstagoon, and pretty much now everybody sees me as like the Obstagoon guy. So that's kind of like what I wanted. So that's why Obstagoon has become a favorite.
Yeah. It's a great choice.
Yeah, solid dark type. But anyway, we have a question from the chat. My boy asked this question every podcast. If you could live in any Pokemon town from the games, where would you like to live?
Oh. I feel like this would have ramifications I wouldn't think of, but Sootopolis City.
So
it would absolutely be Sootopolis.
Living in the middle of the ocean. So
I'm a swimmer. I'm a swimmer by heart. Having access to like that, not just like the open ocean, but like enclosed lake in the crater that connects to the ocean. I'd love that.
Well, I was raised for 20 years in Michigan, and I rarely ever go in the water anymore. So that's just me. But me,
no, as you get older, you swim less. It's a shame.
Yeah. Well, I always give 2 answers because I can only pick one or the other. Because if I want to have an Obstagoon, I have to live in Galar. So I decided to say Hammerlock because I feel like it's the most diversified city in the game, and I like the classical look to it, everything. And like, I'm not gonna live in Spikemuth. Spikemuth is just too grungy for me. As cool.
Don't let Team Yell hear you say that.
Yeah, I don't care. But anyway,
that's punk rock.
Yeah. Well, the only other place I would live is Fortree City because I like the idea of living in a treehouse.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. If I have to give a second, I think Goldenrod for the proximity to like all the other towns and stuff nearby is really cool.
Yeah, that would be good. All right, so as a shiny hunter, do you have a favorite shiny Pokemon?
That I have, or in general?
In general, like overall.
Okay, I do. My favorite shocks people because everybody assumes it's Swablu. It's not. My favorite shiny in terms of like design, how it looks, is Unova Zorua.
Ooh.
The electric blue highlight with like the super dark body for contrast, it just makes my brain happy.
Interesting. So ever since Hisuian Zora was a thing, people say that shiny is better than the Unovan one. But seeing as though I'm a biased dark enthusiast, I kind of say the same thing. That electric blue with the dark contrast, like it just je ne sais quoi, you know?
It's so good. I love purple. It's my favorite color. The Hisuian Zorua line is still awesome, but that electric blue just pops.
No, it's awesome. Fun fact, I was doing this shiny hunting community event a few years back, and I scored 2 more points for my team on the last day, and I got 2 shiny Unovan Zoruas in 70 eggs.
Ooh, nice. That's insane luck. Definitely not doing any Masuda rays.
Yeah, don't challenge me. But yeah. So my favorite shiny, I like shinies that have real world aspects integrated into them. So for example, like Palisand is black because there are such thing as black sand beaches. I like let's see what else. I like Voltorb and Electrode shines because they go from like regular Pokeballs to Great Balls, and especially the Hisuian forms, they go from from regular Pokeballs to the heavy Pokeballs. But my favorite shiny of all time belongs to Greninja.
That makes sense. Dark type.
Yeah, it's not just the dark type. You see, if you can't see already, black is my favorite color. So, black shinies have a little bit of a kinship for me because they look awesome. And Greninja, what color is mostly associated with ninjas? The color black. And the tongue goes from pink to red because that's another color associated with ninjas. So it just fits perfectly. And yes, brownie points because Greninja is my second favorite Pokemon of all time. But even if it wasn't my second favorite of all time, actually, if it wasn't my second favorite of all time, my favorite shiny would still be to this day Rayquaza because I'm a Gen 3 baby and it's my favorite legendary, and I'm a sucker for the Black Dragon. Some people
Very
like to,
fair.
someone tried to joke with me a while back saying they put Rayquaza through a color filter and they said its color scheme was a very, very, very dark purple. And I'm like, no, that is the color black. Thank you.
It's black. It's definitely black.
Yes.
I'm a purple guy, you know. But yeah, no, it's definitely black.
Yes, it is black. Hold on, my cat's messing around with my wires. Demon, get out of there. Demon, go, get out. Out. Crazy cat. Okay, looks like everything's still good on that end. You hear me? Still hear me, bro?
Yep.
Oh crap, my camera's frozen. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, so out of
Oh, no
all the
worries.
all right, so out of the 18 Pokemon types, which one is your favorite?
This has flip-flopped so many times over the years. I think it's flying. I think it's flying. Not just like my top 2 favorite Pokemon both. Well, no. My favorite Pokemon has it, and my second favorite Pokemon uses one of the most busted flying type moves, Tailwind, very accurately. Which is Whimsicott.
Yes.
Which is not a flying type, but it's Tailwind Pokemon, you know?
I can see that.
And then of course this guy.
Yeah. I mean, just like me with my favorite Pokemons, like my top 5 favorite Pokemon are all dark types, so it just seems fitting that my favorite Pokemon is dark. But it's not just that. Dark types always get a bad rap, and I've had a pretty traumatic past, so I just feel kind of like a kinship, at home feeling with dark type Pokemon. So, yeah. Dark types,
Oh no, I definitely get that.
they rule.
I don't think I've mentioned this on my stream, but like I have like a weird connection to Crawdon.
Crawdont?
Just like great dark type.
I gotta hear the story behind this.
It's a bit of a long. I'll try and summarize. It was like elementary school, and the first time I played through Gen 3 on my own, and I was looking everywhere for a Corphish because Ash had a Corphish, and I grew up with the anime. And when I got it and it finally evolved, one of my friends told me it looked stupid, and I, as a child, made a rash decision and hit him. The story's longer than that, but that's the highlights.
You heard it here first, folks. Dark type Pokemon make people violent, i.e., me and him. We defend our dark types with violence. I've done dark only Nuzlocks where I would try to use a Crawdon, but the fact of the matter is Sharpedo is just a smidge better, even though they're both glass cannons, but Sharpedo is just a smidge better because it's like twice as fast.
No, I get it. For me, it was the personality of the Corphish in the anime that won me over.
Yeah, Ash's Corphish was quite the narcissist.
Yep.
Yeah, narcissistic crawfish. You never see that this day and age. All right, so I need you to give me 2 answers to this question. What is your favorite Pokemon game? One from the main series, one spin-off game. Which one's your favorite from both categories?
Ooh, spin-off. Okay. My favorite Pokemon game is Soul Silver for the main line.
Nice choice.
My original actually, I have it right here. My original Pokemon game ever was Pokemon Silver. I have the cartridge.
Ah, nice.
And like Pokemon the movie 2000 with Lugia was like, that's my guy. That song is stuck in my head to this day. So when a remake came out that had all the crystal improvements and the Gen 4 engine with, the physical special split, I was there for it. And you can catch Swablu in it. As for the spin-offs, I think it's between Pokemon Rumble and Ranger Shadows of Almia.
Yes. Love that game.
It's so good. It's so silly and so good.
Yeah, that team did some theme really get you dancing,
The music is amazing. And the story, the characters do not take anything seriously, and it's really funny.
I mean, some characters don't take it seriously, but then there are like once crap hits the fan, everybody starts like going, "Oh shit, we better get in gear." Yeah, but then I'm the only one getting in gear. But yeah, why Rumble? Why do you like Rumble?
That's the one I think I go back to the most nowadays, where it's just kind of a nice, comfy, like relaxing game that you can like shiny hunt in as well, which is sick. So for just casual play, I love it.
We have a question from Irish. What Pokemon was the worst to shiny hunt in your opinion? How long did it take, and was it for a specific reason or no? So I have an answer to this. You can go first though.
Oh, this is so targeted. So it was, for me, Oddish in the Ruby Sapphire Emerald Safari Zone. Which should not have been as bad as it was, but it was. I had 4 consoles. This was Safari Zone or Safari Week last year, so just over a year ago. where my target for the entire thing was I just wanted an oddish. You know, it's the 40% encounter in this area. I have 4 games going. One of them was Emerald, so I was a little sketched when it comes to the like RNG, but it was random encounters. It's fine. It became the longest phase of my life to this point, where I've never had a longer hunt in terms of encounters. And it's one of my longest in terms of time, if not the longest, at 49,524. And I know that from memory.
Oh, yikes.
Because people keep asking.
Yikes.
And it was bad. It was really bad.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, for me, which was my curse for nearly 2 years, Darkrai and BDSP. So that's only a 4098 shiny. I only did one console because I forgot to get the event on 2 consoles. I shiny hunted that thing for nearly 2 years. 1 year, 9 months, 3 weeks, 1 day. After I initially started the hunt, it finally shined. My encounter counter, 20,118 resets on one single console.
That's evil.
Yes, it was. Darkrai was one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and it dumbed down into my list because of that specific hunt. It was my favorite for 10 years, and now it is now my 3rd favorite of all time because of that one specific hunt.
Yeah, you got to teach it. Yeah, it's got to learn to not do that again.
Oh, I'm never doing a hunt like that. Like I'm currently on Shaman right now, and I'm almost at double odds for it, but there's no conceivable way I'm going back to Darkrai numbers. There's no conceivable way I'm doing that again.
I've been saying that every hunt since Oddish. I'm like, it won't be that bad. And the day it is will be very funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about Shaman, but I'm not trying to think about it that much.
Very fair.
But back on topic with favorite games, my favorite main series game is Black and White 2.
In my opinion, they're the best. My favorite lies with nostalgia. Black and White 2 is the best.
Yes. Specifically, storyline wise, they have the best written story. Like the Gen 5 games, in my opinion, have the best written storylines of any main series games. In my opinion. Like the spin-off games have some amazing.
With the context of both, I agree.
Yeah. Plus, I love Hugh as a rival. He is my favorite rival character. Because his story is not for fame and fortune. It's revenge. And I love a good revenge plot.
Yep.
Plus, it allowed me to finally use Lucario for the very first time. So Lucario is again one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. So the fact that I could get it so early in the game and finally use it, I'm like, yay!
Yeah, you have to use Lucario in those games. You have to.
Yeah, well, in some instances you don't have to, but from my experience, yes, I want to use Lucario. But in terms of the spin-off games, XD Gale of Darkness. Have you played it?
I haven't played it.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing.
I didn't grow up with a GameCube. I got a Wii later in life, but at some point, they're on my list.
Like, I didn't play Stadium. I didn't play Coliseum. I didn't play Coliseum, but I did play XD. So I played it for the first time, and I just found the game extremely cool. Storyline wise is great. Double battles were always on, was amazing. Mirror B, I forgot he was a thing, and I fell out of my chair laughing because he looked so stupid.
But that music, I've heard that music. The Mirror B music is great.
Yes, it is. I fully agree on that. And then some of the animations were just extremely funny. Like, for example, one of my favorite clips from the game is when Electrode faints. It literally has eyeballs popping out of those two little dots on its face. When those aren't supposed to be eyeballs, they're just two little dots. Two little dots are his eyes.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's funny. It's not one of my featured clips today, but I did feature. It's gonna be an XD clip is gonna be featured later today. So yeah, I would love to play those games again, but I don't have the expansion pass for the GameCube on my Switch. Maybe one of these days I will.
Oh yeah, I have to think about that.
Okay, so let's move on from love to hate. So this is where your spiteful side comes into play. So what is your all-time least favorite Pokemon? What's the one you hate the most?
Sunflora.
Sunflora?
It's Sunflora.
That's a first. Okay, why Sunflora?
I love sunflowers. I garden. I spend a lot of my time every single week out at a pretty big garden that my family manages. And sunflowers are one of the things that I grew up learning to take care of and grow. So they're like my second favorite flower of all time. And when I discovered that, oh my goodness, there's a sunflower Pokemon. Oh wait, what? It's the weakest they've ever made, and what it's mono grass instead of grass fire, and even though it represents the sun. Awesome. And now I'm spiteful.
Well, Emerald Sea Glass fixes that, and it made Sunflora a grass fire type.
Good.
Did you hate you had to have a lot of them chase you and Scarlet and Violet, or
I kill them when I see them. Like the gym challenge, I tried to auto battle like every single one of them. It wouldn't let me.
Poor Zake.
They just need to give it like a mega. Just give it a fire type mega and it's back. It'll shoot from the bottom to the top for me.
Well, there's nothing that can improve my least favorite Pokemon because it is absolute dog water garbage. Alolan Persian.
That sucks. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. It shouldn't. It doesn't seem logical because I'm a Dark type enthusiast. Yet my least favorite Pokemon is also a Dark type. But again, it's just what it is. I hate that thing. I hate it. I hate how it looks. I hate how it's been in every single fucking mainline series game since it got introduced because Meowth is in every single game. It's not. Oh wait, okay, so it's not in Legends ZA. I mean, it's not in Legends Arceus or PLZA? No, BDSP. It's not in Legends Arceus or BDSP. It's not in neither of those. Mm-hmm. But it is in every other fucking game, and I'm sick of it. I don't want to see it anymore.
Including Let's Go.
My boy is gen locked to Generation 8, and yet that stupid cat's been involved in every other main series game, and it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah. It could have been great too. It could have been. The head shape is just really off-putting. But like the shiny color is good, but why'd they do that to him?
I think its shiny is also dog water. I think it also sucks. I went to NAIC a month ago, and oh God, I cannot believe this. They had plushies for a lot of Pokemon, yet there was one little aisle stationed for Alolan Persian plushies. I was like, no, why? It took all of my willpower to not scream at the top of my lungs when I was in the Pokemon Center when I saw that thing. I wanted to take it and just take everyone and just throw them outside because just like, oh yeah. God, it was so bad. Not fun.
I would punch a Sunflora off its stalk for sure. I get you.
I would kick an Alolan Persian to the sun. Okay. Not the moon, the sun. Not the sun.
Damn, all right.
Kick it straight to the sun. All right. What about your least favorite shiny of all time?
Elekid.
Elekid?
Can't even tell.
Well, yeah,
The shiny basically doesn't exist. It's a shame.
I know. Like I like Electivire. It's one of my favorites. So it's
It's
shiny.
good.
It's shiny is good. Electivire shiny is good. But Elekid, no. I on and off hunted that thing for 5 years until I finally got it in PLA.
Yeah. It just infuriates me every time because people will show me a shiny Elekid, be like, "Oh, look, it's a shiny Elekid." I was like, "No, it isn't. Where?"
Yeah. All right. Before I share mine, we have another question from chat. If you could delete any region, but by doing so, you also delete all mons introduced in that gen.
Oh man, it's Paldea. I think it's Paldea. I like a lot of the Paldean Pokemon, but I think we lose the least with that one. I know some people really love the Paradox forms. I don't. And that's a big chunk of the decks.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm on the same page as you because there's not a single Paldean Pokemon that has a very significant hold on my heart. Every other gen has at least one Pokemon that has a significant hold on my heart. Like, for example, like Nidoking is my favorite Pokemon from Kanto. It's in my top 10. My top 10 all include a Pokemon from each generation from 1 to 8. So that would eliminate one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I can't do that. Paldea is it was, even though it's the most recent game, it's like just none of the Pokemon speak out to me, and they don't have a significant emotional attachment to me. So
no, I feel that. I think the biggest loss for me, like the one Pokemon I'd be really sad to see go getting rid of Paldea would be the Tinkatuff line. Everything else I can yeah.
For me, it'd probably be maybe King Gambit, but other than that, like it doesn't really.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like I said, it doesn't. Nothing else just holds a significant place in my heart. And shout out to Goat Dunsparce. Dude, Dunsparce is not a fucking goat. It is a mockery of what an evolution to Dunsparce should have been.
It's kind of you get the 3 segment and you forget about it. I haven't thought about it since I got it. Like before I got it, I was like, "Oh, this is super cool," and then you just forget.
Yeah, actually, another Pokemon I'd be ashamed to see go as Annihilate. Man, that's actually my favorite fighting type too. So even so, I'd still say Paldea.
Yeah,
Annihilate's cool, but there's not much to the region. But my least favorite shiny Pokemon actually comes from Paldea. Charcadet, Armarouge, and Ceruledge. All 3 of them. They're the same damn thing. The stupid eye color changing. It's ridiculous. That's just me taking off my sunglasses to the world. I'm like, oh god, this is a rare form of Spence when he's not wearing his sunglasses. That's just wrong. Yeah. That's what's wrong.
But also, we just saw Shiny Spence, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. But the problem is, those 2, Armor and Ceruledge, they were 2 of the most anticipated Pokemon for the entirety of when they were introduced to when they got played in game. And someone at Game Freak designed these shinies to be bad. And they could have done a lot better. They could have at least swapped the color schemes of Armor and Ceruledge, but they didn't. They just gave us the stupid, idiotic oh shit. Sorry, that was my sister.
No worries.
All right. So yeah, they could, like I said, they could have swapped the color schemes, and those would have been great shinies. They could have made Elekid white. Why couldn't they just made Elekid white? Lightning is
I
naturally
never thought of that. That would have been cool.
yeah. Elekid's natural like lightning is naturally like when you see lightning, you think of the color white. So why couldn't they just make Elekid white?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What about your least favorite Pokemon type?
Least favorite type?
Yeah. What like if you could delete one type of Pokemon from existence, like what type would it be?
That's more of a tough one for me.
Or let me put it this way: what type is giving you the most amount of grief since in your entirety of Pokemon?
I think I'd say rock type.
Rock types.
You know, flying weakness for one, but it I find that a lot of the rock types are dual rock ground, which just make them worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like having both of those quad weaknesses with like water and grass isn't great. I think a lot of the rock type Pokemon would benefit from not being dual.
Like dark rock types need another type to make them viable because a singular rock type shares the most amount of natural weaknesses as grass types.
Mm-hmm.
But grass types are a lot more versatile than rock types, in my opinion.
I agree.
So yeah, if you want to cook with a good rock type, you got to pair it with a good typing. Otherwise, it's just like no good.
Yeah, but also keep them away from my birds.
Yeah, well, keep Tinkaton away from my boy Corviknight.
No, what? That's fair. But listen, Paldea's gone. We've established this.
Yeah, yeah. That means
you're clear. You're good.
Yes, that means my boy's finally safe to fly the skies. Ugh.
Indeed.
But yeah, I'm gonna agree with Irish here. I hate fairy types. They nerfed dark types when dark types did not need a nerf. Plus, I hated the overhaul of fairy Pokemon, of the fairy type being introduced. Like, back in the day when Steel and Dark were introduced, they barely got anything in its gen of introduction. They got more stuff as time went on. But then the second fairy type comes around, they just shove it down our throats in one single game, and we're like, God, leave me alone. They get a box art legendary, a gym, freaking old Pokemon becoming new fairy types that could be pretty busted, and just the amount of love it got is just like it baffles me. It just ugh.
Yeah. But I mean, if they introduced Steel and Dark in Gen 6 as well, I feel like we also would have gotten that. With like the backpedal, because we got like Magnemite retroactively getting Steel when Gen 2 came out.
Yeah, I mean,
there just wasn't as much history to change.
Like, Steel and Dark were introduced solely to nerf the Psychic type because Psychic types were so overpowered in Gen 1.
Yeah.
And the main reason they brought on Fairy types was to nerf dragons. But then they nerfed fighting types, which was perfectly fine. I could care less. But then Dark types got a nerf. It gave it gave two dark types with no natural weaknesses, Sableye and Spiritomb, finally gave it a super effective hit. And they turned my boy Hydreigon into a fairy types bitch. I hate it.
Yeah. I think it would have been a cool just like change if when they had added fairy, the fairy dark interaction was mutual. So like they were both super effective to each other. Would have been cool.
Yeah. That's another question for another time. All right. All right, so overall, between the main series and the spin-off games, your overall least favorite Pokemon game.
Ooh. mainline, people get mad at me. I normally go with Gen 1, just like red and blue. For one, lack of like visible shinies. They do exist, but they're also just rough. It's definitely like the first draft version of Pokemon, so I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had to like pick a different one, it would probably be Sword Shield without DLC. The DLC does a lot and saves it for me.
That's where my boy comes from. So why the hell do you...
I love the Pokédex. I love the Pokédex.
So you don't like Sword and Shield because...
In the way I see it, it has the worst story. Like the playing through the game itself, the beat by beat, all of the like blocks instead of like the HMs being like all Team Yell just standing somewhere. And then like Leon doing most of the stuff that I would be like, I would want to do this while like he's playing the game for me. And I didn't really like that part. Once you get past the story and are able to shiny hunt and do like living decks and stuff, I love it. But it's one that I'm like, I don't want to replay the story.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I played through the games 10 times over. Like
I have to. That's the sad part.
I know that. Yeah, I know.
DAs,
okay.
Man, you have to.
Yeah, we got another question from chat. In the Pokemon games, some tend to introduce new ways to encounter Pokemon whenever, whether it's wormholes, SOS horde, or hunting. What is your favorite and why? If we're talking about shiny hunting methods specifically, I honestly love SOS hunting. It's actually the method that got me into shiny hunting.
That is so fair. SOS is awesome. There's so many good ones. Recently, I'm a little burned out on Poke Radar after Madar. I would say that, but right now my favorite is probably Dexnav.
Yeah, I only do radar hunting when Madar or the Radar Shiny Showdown comes around. But yeah. I haven't done an SOS hunt in years, and I feel like I want to go back and do one. But the fact of the matter is, I don't really shiny hunt anymore unless it's like an on-screen venture. So I don't know. Maybe I need to find a DS with a capture card. But those cost buku bucks, and I don't got buku bucks.
Yeah, the 3DS is my capture card is my stop point right now too.
Groovy, I would say that Friend Safari is a shiny hunting method because it has increased shiny odds. So anyway, back on topic. Even though it introduced Greninja and a few other things I love, I don't like X and Y. The games are, in my opinion, extremely incomplete. They could have done a lot more with the games, but they didn't. There's no post-game. Play mode is super easy. There's no Mega Evolution in the game. Like, if you're going to introduce a new battle mechanic into Pokemon, make it so you can actually face it more than like 3 times. So that's literally all you face it. If you never battle Diantha again, you only face Mega Evolution 3 times in the history of the game. 3 times. All the other time it's you Mega Evolving. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
They fixed it in ZA.
I agree.
They fixed that problem in ZA. They fixed that problem. But the other issues I have with the game, it never got fixed or addressed. So it's also the generation that formally started the hand-holding procedures with Pokemon. So maybe in Gen 10 we'll let go of hand holding and we have to train the old fashioned way. So I don't see that happening. But if it does, yay! I can go back to natural grinding.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I do. At least it had the toggle for the shiny, or not shiny charm, the XP share. Like bare minimum, that was nice.
Okay, so dive deep into your memory bank, and what is your very first experience with Pokemon ever? Whether it was video games, card game, anime, as long as it was Pokemon centered, it fits. So, what was your first memory of Pokemon?
Oh, I spawned in aware of Pokemon. I feel like my parents actually collected Pokemon cards before I was born.
Oh wow!
So um when I was very very young, and I also have several siblings who are all older than me who were also into Pokemon. I just kind of at the point of achieving consciousness already knew Pokemon because I grew up having that be what was on the TV. When like if it's like, oh, we're gonna turn the TV on and then do this activity or something for like background noise, it would be Pokemon background noise. Um, so it would definitely be the anime, but I really, really got into it when my sister gave me Pokemon Silver as a hand-me-down, and then it was over. So
Pokemon Silver is a hand me down. That's something I would have loved to have had back in the day, but unfortunately, I don't have any of the classic cartridges. So, uh, maybe one of these days I'll buy some.
it was the only one I was able to hold on to from back then in terms of cartridges, but
Well,
I got it.
well, kudos to you for holding on to it for such a long time. So, I tip my hat to you, good sir.
It's a skill I've gained from my siblings being horrible at holding on to things.
Uh, my first memories come with the anime because back then I thought it was just a cartoon. So,
Mhm.
so my very first experience watching the anime was when I was about 5 or 6, and I watched the 3 episode VHS tape that had the episodes Pokemon Shipwrecked, The Isle of the Giant Pokemon, and Tentacruel. So,
Those
um,
were like acid trips for episodes. Those were so fun though.
I know. Especially with like a freaking Meowth being controlled by Tentacruel, and the Tentacle is just like, we are Tentacle and Tentacruel, hear us now. Humans have destroyed our ocean home and now we will have our revenge. Oh
Yeah.
god, that was such a funny episode. Especially Nastina, that little lady with the weird face. It's just like oh god, that was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just that sent me down the spiral of learning about Pokemon games, cards, and various other Pokemon shenanigans. So, eh, all in love with Pokemon with just 3 episodes of the anime. All right, so the next portion of the episode is what I like to call the emote elaboration. So, do me a favor, post some of your Pokemon themed emotes in chat and
Ooh.
give me the backstory as to why they're a thing. Like, because I know that everyone has unique specified emotes for certain things. So give us some of your unique Pokemon emotes and as to why they're a thing.
I weirdly don't have many for being like in the Pokemon community as long as I have.
Well,
When I add emotes, it's normally for like really monumental things. So here are the three I have. Um, the first one was a birthday gift from a friend this year, and it has since become my absolute favorite thing ever. The second was drawn from an IRL friend who was around while I was doing my very first full odds shiny hunt ever, and it's now my shiny emote. Where it's a full. I did a full odds shiny hunt for the first time, single console on Soul Silver for my original starter, Cynical. And the third one, the Bulbasaur, is a screenshot from Let's Go because I accidentally tilted the catch screen to where it was staring at me. And I locked into a staring contest for like 20 minutes with this thing. I blinked many times and tried to gaslight my chat into thinking I didn't, but we'll see. Like,
see, that's the thing I also use the sunglasses for. You never know if I have my eyes closed or if I'm blinking. You never know.
That's so true. I should have had one on standby. He never blinked. See, it worked.
Well, I have a slew of Pokemon themed emotes, so I'm gonna showcase my top 5 personal favorites.
All right.
Of the emotes that I have. So let's see. There we go. So the first one is what I like to call Pride Tomb. I am a LGBTQIA IA plus ally because I have a lot of my community members that are LGBTQIA plus. So I made this one specifically for them. It's Spiritomb with the rainbow colors and the orbs and the soul orbs, all at different colors. So there was a unique project.
I love it. That's beautiful.
This other one is a lantern themed emote because I fell in love with Lantern during an electric only Nuzlocke and Shield, and it was borderline the ace of my team until it died. Unfortunate. So
Gen 2 love though.
So I nicknamed that lantern Sushi, so that's why this one is called Sushi, because it has like a sushi band on its head, and it's just really cute. So I have my Zoro. So as you can see, I have a shiny Unova Zoroa giggling, and it's basically a cut and paste from the Zoroark movie where Zoro was just giggling. So we just basically copy and pasted the drawing there and made it shiny. Let's see. My all-time favorite is my baby Galarian Zigzagoon biting onto a heart. So that's my favorite one. And my other favorite is basically a fusion between Piers and Obstagoon, which I like to call Obstapiers. So, it's basically Obstagoon with Piers' outfit and his mic, so it's just jamming out,
Yeah, absolutely. The Zor was my favorite, obviously, but by far. I love it.
Okay, we got another question. What is your least favorite legendary Pokemon, mythical Pokemon count to? Ooh. Do you know one on the top of your head, or I need to think about this for a second?
I have to think too. Oh, actually, no, I don't. I think I got it.
What?
I'm gonna list 3 because they're all kind of the same in my head for me. It's the trio of ogres, not like but like Pheasantipity, Monkey Dory, and Okidogi.
The Chosen 3?
Yeah. I don't like them. They kind of look like sock monkeys, which is funny, but then, like, I don't know, the whole thing. I didn't like them.
Well, I'm probably gonna say Terapagos because outside its stellar form, there's nothing special. There's honestly nothing special about it.
I was thinking that, like, how are they going to keep this interesting when terrestrialization doesn't exist? Because it's not going to be in every game.
Yeah. Like, out of all, like, the thing looks like something else, but it doesn't scream. Like, why is it a normal type? Like above everything else. Why is it a normal type? It doesn't look like a normal type.
It would have been cool if they did like brought back the question mark type for it, since its gimmick is about it being every type or whatever.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but unfortunately they didn't. They just made a normal type and just like, yeah, that
Yeah.
was that wasn't yeah.
That's fair. Shaman? Oh, yeah. I guess like if we're talking mythicals, probably Pecharunt, but
You don't like Pecharunt?
I didn't like the way you got Pecharunt, and I think that reflected poorly on the Pokemon itself for me. The whole like chicken dance thing felt kind of embarrassing to play through.
Yeah, that was like I was when Moji Mayhem the event came around. I'm like, okay, so again, why with the chicken dancing? Like, out of all things, why'd it have to be the stupid chicken dance? But on to another topic. Do you have any hot takes regarding Pokemon? You know, opinions that you
Ooh.
feel are justifiable, yet the masses may not agree with you.
They could do so much better. That's kind of my take. I love Pokemon. I play the new releases, and I feel like year by year it gets harder to justify getting the new games as they come. Where like time passes, but it feels like quality just doesn't match where it should be. I look at like ZA with the balconies, and then I think back to games from like 2009 with like Assassin's Creed, where every single building is detailed to a point where you can like climb them.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Because like I said earlier, like hand holding has become like a mainstay for Pokemon games since Gen 6. And to us experienced Pokemon players, we're like, okay, so this game is just getting easier and easier. But then in Gen 8, they basically had a permanent EXP share. So like even if we don't want to use this method, we're using it anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, they could have
but
given
hey, you can box your Pokemon.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the Pokemon Center anymore. You can just click on a box doodad. You can just access your boxes wherever you want. It's like eliminating
Yeah, no.
Pokemon centers.
In the interview where they were asked about not being able to turn the XP share off, the game like directors basically said, "Well, just box the ones you don't want to get XP."
Yeah, but then it's
And
just
it was like went down as the worst answer ever.
yeah, it's a hassle to like if you're trying to like if you're using a level cap system, you have to like say for example your level cap's like 25 and then two of your like one of your Pokemon reaches 24 which reaches 25 and the rest of them are like 19 or 18 or 20 18 or 16 or whatnot. You have to go ahead and just randomly box that one Pokemon and then just have to keep doing it over and over again until the cap is met. So it's a hassle. It's a hassle. It's convenient,
It
but it's a
is.
hassle.
It really is.
All right. You have any more hot takes?
Ooh. Specifically about Pokemon, probably not many. It's just like, you know, I want to see the best out of them. So that's about it.
Yeah, I can see that. All right. So, next up, the shared experiences category. So, we're gonna go ahead and watch those clips that you sent me and react to them live. And we'll
All right.
do the same with mine. So this is the first one he sent me. You can click on the thing in this Discord call now. Should be able to hear it.
All right. Yeah, let me.
So do you want to provide context to this clip, or you just want to let it go?
Okay, this stream started out of desperation because I was incredibly over odds because the number at the top is the resets, not the Pokemon scene. So you should multiply that by 3 because I didn't know how to actually track shinies back then. This was my first ever full odds shiny hunt. And I started it in like the middle of the night. It was titled "I'm Not Ending Until I Get It," and I was ready to go for like a week straight. And this was like 10 hours in.
Oh, yikes. All right, let's see.
And that's a decent downhill fucking drop off the face of the earth from there. Oh! No! Oh, boys. Boys. 8,153 resets. 5 phases. Well, it's on the 5th phase. So 5 phases. And it's a girl. It's a girl. I'm naming I decided a while ago that if it was a girl, I'm naming it Caramel.
So not only did you find the shiny, you found the rare female shiny. So that's
Yep.
that is something to be proud of right there.
Absolutely. I lost my mind. I think I rode that high for 6 months.
Yeah, well, I rode a 12-day high. When after I got Sokoleo and DAs, I shiny hunted for like 12 days straight, and I found 20 shinies in the span of 12 days in Sword and Shield.
Dang.
Yeah, that was a lot of shiny hunting. So someone mentioned something about a Wobbuffet earlier, so I take it this was the Pokemon that was the one found from that story you told earlier.
No, so the 49,000 phase was the 3rd phase of Safari Week last year for me. The 1st phase of Safari Week last year was a Wobbuffet that I threw 11 balls at before it fled from me. This clip is from this year. So this is from 2 weeks ago, this Safari Week. Of my next encounter with a shiny Wobbuffet.
Oh boy.
Which was my target. I was hoping to reclaim it.
Ah, I see. All right.
Really are. I don't even. I'm pretty sure it's like I see.
Oh, shiny Wobbuffet!
No way, yo!
It's back!
At the end of stream, brother. That you illegal. Illegal.
It's back!
Is that a reclaim?
Only if I catch it?
Oh, you better catch it. Oh, my heart. You scared the shit out of me.
And again, that was a female Wobbuffet. So you finding Lady Shiny's a little Miss Shiny Lady Killer.
Listen, I can't control my aura. But no, that one also ran for me after another 10 balls. It's becoming my purple whale.
Well, hopefully if you go for another Wobbuffet, you can find it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was also in a cabin. I was shiny hunting the first weekend of Safari Week in a safari, basically.
Yeah.
And so finding my target in that, like, in the ambiance of being like in the woods and campfire smoke and s'mores, and it was really cool.
But hey, we got a clip from Radar. Well, we got a clip from Madar. So
yes, this was this year as well.
let's take a look.
If I forget to just turn repel back on, I'm cooked. Okay, that's a good spot. I think that was fine. Yeah. Oh, whoa! That's full odds. That's full odds. Oh my god. Oh my
It's
god! Also female. I didn't realize.
Again, another female.
Oh my god! That wasn't a shiny patch! Oh my god! Oh my! You guys saw that. You guys saw that that was full odds, right? That wasn't a shiny patch.
So I've had a similar experience happen to me. So Reversal years ago hosted a radar tournament for getting the highest radar chain possible. I did practice for this like the day before. I got a full odds Badoo, no shiny patch, nothing, just full odds shiny Badoo.
No, that's awesome.
Same exact method, but again, that was full odds, the 1 in 8,000 odds. So kudos to you on that.
Mm-hmm. No, I get it being like Swablu and being like the last few hours of the event. I master balled that thing. That thing is in a master ball.
You use the master ball from Generation 4? Oh, no, boy.
Yeah. I worth it.
Okay. All right, so here come my clips. So this one is a, you know what? I'll just let you see it to believe it, because I did something incredibly stupid here.
All right. Okay.
So just watch.
We got it! Holy shit! Yes! I choked on my water! Holy shit! I choked on my water! Oh my god! Holy shit! We did it!
So yeah, note to self: never.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, note to self: never take a drink before an egg hatches. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I felt like some people would normally react by just going, but I didn't want to spit all over my setup. So I guess my mind was like, hey, choking is better than the equipment breaking. So
I think I just set a goal now. I have to get a spit take shiny reaction one of these days.
maybe. So here's a little context behind this clip. This is my most viewed TikTok ever. Over 3 million views from this clip on TikTok, solely because of the sound. You'll see why. So also, that context of the hunt, I was shiny hunting the least favorite Pokemon of a podcast guest I've had on the show called Swamp Factor. He hates Frostlass, so I was looking for a shiny female Snorunt. So just listen.
Oh, yes! A shiny patch! Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, please, for the love of Christ, please be female! Please be female! Please be female! Please be female! Female, please be female! 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 Please! Yes! Let's go! Yes! It's over! Oh my god, I got it! Yes!
So you can see why the stats.
I did not know that sound was you. That is crazy.
Wait, you know
I've
this
heard
sound?
that before.
You know this
I've
sound?
heard it. Yes, I've seen edits with it. Yes.
Yeah, this was me. I've heard people use this edit all over the place, but I've only seen what I've seen on TikTok. So I know there's some people that tag it with Thailand on Instagram and whatnot. So I feel like I should post it on Instagram myself, saying, "Hey, do you ever wonder where this came from?" Well, that was me.
No, yeah, that is insane. That is such a flex that you can just say, yeah, no, I'm the female guy.
Yeah, yeah. What would be a great flex? Like, hey, like I got a shiny Darkrai and 20,000 encounters. Or wait, I got a shiny Arceus and only 422. Oh no, I'm the guy that said
Yeah.
please be female to a shiny Snorunt.
No, yeah, like I've gotten a bunch of shiny females, whatever. You got like the shiny female, like the famous one.
Yeah, the famous one. All right, so here's the XD clip I was talking about. So to add context, I despise Lickitung. So just watch.
I'm kind of with you. I feel bad because I just got one too, but I agree.
Yeah, so not like I don't like I hate it and I'm disgusted by it. This makes it worse.
No! Nope, I'm killing that. I am killing that. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. I am killing that fucking thing. Definitely not necessary just for a chest. I don't know what's in the chest, but if it's worth it, I'll go get it. But fuck that fucking Lickitung. I'm going to kill that. Ew, 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 ew. Oh god, I hate that thing. Someone tell me when it's dead.
Normally you're supposed to catch the shadow Pokemon, but I was like, yeah, screw it. I'm not catching that. I'm not catching that abomination. Screw
No,
that.
that's so fair. Oh man. No, I have a similar feeling with Licky Licky. In Pokemon The Rise of Darkrai, probably like one of my favorite Pokemon movies.
That's why Darkrai was my favorite
there's a
Pokemon
Licky
for the
Licky.
longest time.
There's a Licky Licky, and the movie is supposed to be like kind of scary Pokemon for kids. I loved it. I thought Darkrai was awesome. I thought everything was great. The only thing that did give me nightmares was that Licky Licky. It was so creepy.
Yeah, like I remember when freaking like Baron Alberto turning into Licky Licky, and he's just going straight up telling the guys like, really? Well, excuse me, people, but you don't even know the meaning of the word problem. God, that was funny.
Yeah.
All right. So aside from the moments that we've experienced here today, what other awesome Pokemon moments can you think of that you've experienced over time? Whether it was from streaming, content creation, or just like IRL world events. So if you have some more experiences you'd like to mention, here's the time to do it.
Oh man. Probably one of my favorite moments was Falad's showdown of last year. Me and Sammy Snow had a bit of a rivalry stemming all the way back from like Madar 2025. And they put out a bounty that was like a hit on Sammy. It was his least favorite Pokemon. It was Spearow and Stunfisk.
Yeah.
And I was determined because nobody else in the entire event wanted to go for Stunfisk. I did. I got it under odds and then proceeded to dance on stream and just be a menace to Sammy for as long as possible and just rub it in his face. And that was so much fun.
That sounds amazing. During the 2024 edition of the Full Out Showdown, day one, I shiny hunted. I got a shiny Celebi in 356 encounters. And
That's
the next
insane.
day, they announced that the bounty Pokemon were mythicals. And I'm like, you're kidding me. You put that bounty on the board the day after I find a mythical? I feel like I got robbed of points. So you know what I did? I went back into my other copy because I was double hunting it. I went back into my other copy to try and get it again. Guess what? I got it again.
What?
Yes, I got 2 shiny Celebi
Oh,
in the
wow.
span of 2 days, and I think overall, I think I was less than 500 encounters between the both of them.
Gee. That's one I have to go back and do again. I did that near the beginning of this year to get Celebi, but I want like 3 of them so I can have one in Crystal, one in like the 3DS era, and then one like on Switch.
Yeah, that would be those would be the days.
Yeah. That's crazy cool.
Yeah, like I had a heated rivalry with Rusty LaRouge during one of the showdowns because he found a random shiny Galarian Zigzagoon, and I was trying to collect the entire line for that showdown. And I'm like, bad Rusty, bad Rusty, bad Rusty, bad. I was able to claim the other 2, Obstagoon and Linoon, but I was like, I had so much beef with him for finding that random Galarian Zig. And I'm like, oh, you mother. But it was all fun. It was all fun in games. We had a fun time.
No, of course. Of course.
What about some other moments?
Ooh. Ooh. I think getting most of my like moments that I'm like really excited and like proud of, I've turned into videos at this point. With like Zygarde, or when ZA first came out going for a Swablu, like the second I could. Like there were a lot. And then just like some of the moments without Chinese that stick out are just like when I met specific like other streamers, um and like the getting to know people during showdowns. Like those are some of the best times to be in the Pokemon community for sure.
Oh yeah, I definitely can agree on that. Have you actually been able to meet people IRL because of the showdowns, or have you just been like stuck to online communities?
So far it's been online communities, but a few people I've met are not really far from me that I've gotten to know like really, really well. And some of them are very far, but we're planning a IRL for next year's Safari Week,
Oh
where
dang,
we're all gonna like meet up in person, and it's gonna be fun.
that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna be going to Worlds at the end of this month, and I'm expected to see a lot of people.
Ooh, that's a dream for me, going to Worlds. I'm going to Toronto Regionals in January. Whenever those dates finally get announced, I'm getting my tickets and stuff and going. But
Nice.
yeah, that'll be my first like IRL thing, other than just like Comic Cons.
Yeah, I've been to the last 2 NAICs, and during those times, I met other creators. I met many cosplayers. I actually cosplayed during last year's actually cosplayed during NAIC last month, and I cosplayed a Team Magma Grunt, and my cosplay actually got featured on a Play Pokemon Instagram reel.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. I was so stoked.
Stuff like that, man.
Yeah, I actually made an Instagram account just so I could comment, just so I could comment on it. I don't like. I stayed away from Instagram for the longest time, but I finally caved in when freaking What the fuck?
Did the cat open the door?
No, he was freaking climbing up the door rail and he just slid down. What the fuck? What? Oh my god.
Dude, that's awesome.
Not
Well, I mean,
he is
Probably gonna
literally
cause
a
problems.
little demon, and that's his name. Oh my god. Sorry about that.
no worries.
But anyway, yeah. So I attended the NEICs. Also met during the last two NAICs, Nora in the Future and Quick Panic hosted these special 1 hour shiny hunting events where we were doing nothing but full out shiny hunting for an hour straight to see how many shinies we could get. Last year we were able to get, I think, 5. I think we got either 4 or 5 shinies last year. This year we got 6. So we shattered our record.
Nice. I'm hoping they do that at Toronto. I think that'd be awesome.
I believe they'll do it because I think at Nora and Quick try to do it at every regionals or championship event they partake in. So I think they'll wind up doing it. I can't wait to do the one for Worlds. I can't wait. I know what also sucks. I'm gonna cosplay at Worlds, but I can't partake in the cosplay showcase because my Team Magma cosplay is a pre-made costume. They don't allow pre-made costumes. Yeah. They only allow costumes that you like hand make or you have signed consent from the creator of said costume to use it. So that sucks. That sucks I can't do that, but at least I can cosplay during the event.
Yeah.
Want to hear about the time I helped set three Guinness World Records?
Yes.
Okay, so it was, I believe, what was it? Okay, so it was 2022, so 4 years ago. Nomi and Nerd Out, Jack from Nerd Out, hosted a special, unique 24-hour shiny hunting event called the 151 Shiny Challenge. The goal was to claim every single Pokemon from Gen 1 as a shiny in less than 24 hours. Over 100 creators partook in this event. We claimed all the shinies of Gen 1, including Mew, because that was a Let's Go thing on Jack's end. So we got all 151 in, I believe, 16 hours. I was fortunate enough during that event, because I only hunted for 2 hours, because that's all the time I could hunt. I was able to find shiny Dragonite in Let's Go during that event.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. I normally didn't have any really affiliation with the shiny Dragonite. So now I'm like, hey, it's one of my favorite shinies now because I helped set 3 world records with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cool, fun event. They did the same thing a few months later with the Gen 2 Shiny Challenge. And for that one, I claimed Shiny Tyranitar.
You're just going for the pseudos.
Exactly. I call myself the pseudo collector for the series. We were supposed to do one for Generation 3, but the thing is we never got around to doing it. So I'm still waiting in the Discord to see if they're ever gonna do the Gen 3 Shiny Challenge. So I'm just waiting. I don't care if I have to take the day off to do the event. I'm gonna partake the entire 24 hours and shiny hunt when I want. And for that event, I'll go for both Metagross and Salamence. Actually, probably Metagross because I've found more affiliation with Metagross than Salamence.
Fair. I mean, that's going for both. What ways would you go for them?
Probably probably just in Scarlet and Violet, and using any shiny hunting method is allowed. So.
Oh, okay.
There you are, you little wall climber. You're not Spider-Man.
My God. So cute.
Yeah. All right, so usually at this point in the show, we talk about any Pokemon news that's pretty much as of relevance. But we've been kind of like on a dry streak for Pokemon news.
Yeah. Let's see what's coming up. There's the Pokopia DLC in 2 days.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Pokopia. Oh yeah, the Pokopia DLC. So do you have you played Pokopia before?
I haven't finished it, so it'll
I
be a bit
haven't.
before I
I've
go
never-
for any DLC.
I've only played it through the kiosks of at NAIC. So are you are you gonna get the DLC for Pokopia, or are you just gonna steer clear of that?
I'm gonna sit back for a bit. If there's something that really catches my eye with some of like the stuff coming up for it, because it's gonna be in 3 parts, then I might hop on it. But I haven't finished the base game yet, and I find the most fun I get out of it, like as a creator on the creative side, is I can build backdrops for green screens in it and have them be like really Pokemon themed things for like voiceovers, and I love that, but I don't think I need the DLC to keep doing it.
Interesting. Wait, what do you mean by voiceovers?
So like recording, for a lot of my videos, I do like a hybrid of scripted and live voiceover, where it's like the footage from Twitch or the recording session, and then I'll have a script that after, like when I'm in the editing phase, I'll read through it, like into the mic, or I'll stand in front of a green screen and like gesture and use that. So if ever I'm in front of a green screen, it's cool to be able to do like Pokopia backgrounds and have them be like super customizable.
Ah, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not going to partake in Pokopia DLC because I don't own Pokopia. More than likely, my sister is though, because she has the game. My brother-in-law too. So probably the next few times I go and visit them, they're going to be neck deep in Pokopia, saying, "Hey, we're making things underwater," and I'm like, I don't care.
Oh, my
Well-
sister's insanely jealous that I even have it, so I get you.
Well, we did get a little bit of information. Even though like the outbreak, the terror rate events for Scarlet and Violet aren't as keen anymore. They actually have introduced 4 brand new Terra events for Scarlet and Violet coming up.
Yeah,
So,
I heard. All
yes.
the mark collectors are going crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm happy to see it.
So from the 7th to the 13th, they have Mighty Glamora with the grass Terra typing. I don't know why it's going to be grass, but we'll just see how that battle plays out. From the 14th to the 20th, we have Annihilate, which has the ghost Terra typing. And all I'm saying is, if they give it Rage Fist, that may be one of the most difficult. Might be one of the most difficult Terror raid battles to date.
True.
But
That'd be cool, though.
yeah, because there may be a go around with using Hisui and Zoroark. I could see that, but I don't know. If they don't if the people don't use Hisui and Zoroark, there may be some trouble. From the 21st to the 27th, we have Mighty Farigiraf, which has the Fairy Terra typing. And then to round it off, from the 28th to the 3rd of September, we have the Mighty King Gambit with the Dark Terra typing.
Ah, so that's the one you're going for.
I probably won't go for it. I haven't done a Terra raid event in months.
No, I haven't since I think Greninja, and I think that was like the 3rd one.
I don't remember the last one I did. I do remember specifically going for Greninja because I said, "Hey, if this thing has protein, we're shiny hunting it like that." So when I saw it had protein, I'm like, "Yep." We got company! What the heck? How is that happening? My follower alert keeps going through, yet it just like my follower alert keeps going through, yet it's deactivated in the background. That's weird.
That is very weird.
That's probably something I have to tinker with. Well, actually, something they just they updated more recently, the new Lego sets that are going to be released coming up here soon.
Oh, yeah, I've seen some of these. They look really cool.
Yeah, I mean, so
The Rayquaza.
yeah, so on the first, actually yesterday they released Munchlax, Arcanine, and Rayquaza. I actually kind of I'm very tempted to get that Rayquaza one. I'm very tempted. But I also really want the iconic trainer moments Pokeball because I actually have a Lego the brick Pokeball in my nerd cabinet over here. Hold on. Gotta get it from underneath all my plushes and whatnot. I got this Lego knockoff Pokeball that lights up.
That's awesome.
Battery's dead. Yeah, I like to see you use that. Get a bigger one. And it looks like on the 1st of October, oh yeah, that along with upscale trainer red's going to be updated on the 1st of August.
Okay.
And they have a bunch of and this month actually released these smart play sets. Let's see, we have Berry Bash, Bulbasaur, and Bidoof, Trainer's Buggy Adventure with Squirtle, Charmander and Juju's Cavern Clash, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley Battle, a Jigglypuff Concert. Man, there's a lot of them. Holy crap.
That Mewtwo looks so cool.
Yeah, Mewtwo's Lap Break. We have Umbreon versus Garchomp Championship Battle. Yeah, that one looks extremely sick.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to look into these a lot more.
Yeah, but I am very tempted to get this Rayquaza set. I'm very tempted. It actually lists all the Lego bricks that come in the set. What the crap?
Wait, I could just 3D print him.
Yeah, but I am very tempted to get this set because I actually, like I said, Rayquaza is my favorite legendary, so I might want to get this thing. But I already have a lot of Lego sets on my top of my nerd cabinet. I have to figure out something where I'm gonna put them, you know? I have so little room, but
I feel that.
I want so much stuff with so little room to use it with.
Yeah, my shelves are getting pretty full themselves. But the fact that it also has a bit of Sky Pillar and then Zinnia there too, that might be a cop for me.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, yeah, as I stated earlier, I am going to Worlds. So Worlds is literally 20 as of right now, 20 hold on. It is 26 days away. 26 days away from the 30th anniversary Pokemon Worlds and the first Pokemon XP event. There's so much stuff going on, it's unreal. There's autograph there's autograph signings, there's YouTuber meet and greets. There's this like clay figurine class you can take with one of the Pokemon designers. There's like so much stuff going on, man. I can't wait to see all of it.
I heard that Yukimori is doing her panel again for the clay Pokemon.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
The Pokemon cards.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That one. That's a dream. Attending that, I collect those cards. I have a bunch of them, but I love them.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. All right, so the last portion of the show is what I like to give the guest and myself to give us the inside scoop as to any future plans or goals you have in the years coming for streaming or content creation in general. So, what can we expect for the remainder of this year, going into next year for Zakeoverload?
Oh, a lot. With the most recent thing I did, it was my first like stream production, which was like at the cabin using like a whole bunch of equipment and like a mobile rig. I purchased a fair amount of equipment during that I want to get a lot more use out of. I think it's hard to see, but there's like a camera over there that I got. I want to get out into the world and do a lot more shiny hunting outside of this room. And so I'm hoping to do a lot more of that. And then I just have a bunch of like YouTube videos in the works, like Safari Week. And it's so much.
Well-
Full Odds Showdown is going to be announced at some point soon. I'm excited for that. I say soon. I don't know when. I'm not involved, but I assume because it's normally in September.
Yeah, I'm expecting. Yeah, I'm expecting Full Loss Showdown to be announced for sometime next month. I'm going to be partaking in that, and I'm still going after Deoxys, so hopefully I find it. If I don't find it at Worlds,
That's
or
a
before,
cool.
if I don't find it before Worlds or at Worlds, I might find it during the Full Out Showdown. We'll see. But hey, in terms of your YouTube
I hope you
stuff,
get it at Worlds. That would be memorable.
yeah. But yeah, again with your YouTube stuff, I tip my hat to you because I suck at video editing. So kudos to you.
It's hard. It's really hard.
So anything else you want to mention, or are we passing the mic to me?
It's all you. What you got?
Well, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I do have a series I plan on starting up, which I may turn into a YouTube series if I can get somebody to help me out with the YouTube editing. I'm going to do what's called the World's Strongest Team Magma Grunt Run. I'm going to play either Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald, and I'm going to try to complete the game using only Pokemon a Team Magma Grunt has used, but I can use their strongest counterparts. So, for example, you've seen grunts use Golbat constantly. I can use a Crobat, and I've done my research, and I've seen every Pokemon a Team Magma Grunt has used between the games, the anime, and the card game, and the manga. I can even use a Bagon for a Salamence.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Here's an interesting. You counting Zinnia?
No, she was incognito, so she's not an actual Team Magma
Gotcha.
Grunt. But yeah,
Gotcha. Fair enough.
yeah. So I plan on starting that run sometime in the near future. I'm because I have the Team Magma Grunt cosplay. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm also gonna, like I said, I'm also gonna see about possibly doing a sword randomizer, possibly a randomizer Nuzlocke. So we'll see about that. Like I said, I gotta talk to my friend who's done randomizing with Sword and Shield, so I have to talk to them about how to do it and what I need to do it. But like I said, I'm gonna go to Worlds at the end of this month. That's gonna be in place. I'm hoping that once I'm back from Worlds, I can stop like door dashing so much. I can start actually streaming a couple of days a week in the week time, just so I could get some more time to hang out with my peeps. Because I'm like, I don't mind streaming 2 days a week, but at the same time, like I'm also just waiting for Again, how is that playing in the background?
Oh wait, hold on. Go back. I think I saw it.
What?
Vertical sources on the right. If you move your mouse to the right, the vertical sources there. There's if you go down, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
I would guess it's that.
I don't know. That's never been a problem before. I'm gonna turn it off just in case. And now I can't now I can't put it back. Oh wait, there we go. There it is. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's what I got coming up in the near future. I felt like there was something I wanted to do. I was thinking about doing, but I just haven't got. I either forgot about it or I just lost my brain. But yeah, I'll have to check.
I get that. Yeah. I've started writing everything down that I like want to do a lot more the past like few weeks. Just getting everything just either on like paper or like I use a tablet. And I find with like motivation and just like knowing what I'm doing each day, it gets a lot easier that way.
Yeah. I also want to do another Soul Link with possibly Chaos 6 because we did a Soul Link challenge last year that we both won. So I want to see if we can do another run because that was his first Nuzlocke first Soul Link win ever out of the various Soul Links he's ever done. And that was my first Soul Link ever and I won. So I want to continue that trend. All right, Zake, this is the end of the interview. So once again, let's give Zake a round of applause. And thank you so much for Zake coming on the show and letting me pick the brain of the man called Zake and letting me figure out what makes him the Poké nerd that he is. So Zake, thank you again for coming on to the show, buddy.
No problem. This was awesome. This was so much fun.
I'm glad you had fun. But I actually have one more question for you because the rule of thumb around here is the guest chooses the raid. So who is live that you want to raid into right now that could use a little raid love?
Who do we got that's doing Pokemon?
It could be anybody. It doesn't matter what they're playing.
Anybody. Okay.
Yeah, we can rate anybody you want. It doesn't matter what they're playing as long as they're live right now.
Let me get a shout out to my boy Harvey Jenkins then. Doing some Baldur's Gate.
Is that with a G or
a friend of the channel? I can send you the link.
Yeah, what's
I can put it in the VC text chat.
Yeah, just put his name in the chat. So I can copy and paste it.
Ah, gotcha. Does a lot of shiny hunting as well, doing a fire red leaf green dream team quest, I believe. Or yes. But right now, doing some Baldur's Gate. Yep.
All right, I found him. Okay. Okay, members of chat, if you are subscribed to my channel, Dark Master Spence, you can use this raid call. If you are not subbed to my channel, you can use this raid call. We will go raid Mr. Harvey Jenkins and send them the pokeNERDS Inc. cast. So, do you have any normal outro you'd like to say at the end of your show, at the end of your streams, or do you like to say, "Hey, thanks for tuning in, goodbye, see you next time"?
But I have one, and it's weird to do on other people's channels because it's kind of mean.
Well, go ahead.
But I end it with "Get the fuck out." So.
Oh my god! Best raid call, best raid out ever. I usually say thank you for choosing the back alley as your place to hang out today. Stay safe, stay strong. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, you nerds. But in honor of the True Turbo, I like to remind everybody to stay safe, stay rocking, and stay true to yourself. I'll see you guys in a few weeks for the penultimate episode of season 6 of pokeNERDS Inc. But from all of us here at pokeNERDS Inc., thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.
Get the fuck out.